There are stories that belong to grown-ups, wars, elections, secrets buried in government files, and then there are stories that belong to children. Stories that start on a playground under a bright sun when the biggest worry in the world should be who gets the swings next. This one begins on a warm September morning in 1994 at a small school on the edge of the African bush. A place called Ariel School in a town called Ruwa. A place where, for a few unforgettable minutes, the sky came down to the edge of the field and the children, say something, stepped out to talk to them. There's a bend in the road most folks don't take, and a sound the wind won't claim. Tracks in the mud, too long for a man. A camera left running, catches eyes where there ain't supposed to be any. Tonight we ride that line between story and evidence. You'll hear it, you'll feel it, and if you're listening close, you just might see it too. Welcome to Weird Watch. Truth, hoax, you decide. It's Friday, the kind of Friday where kids are already halfway in their heads to the weekend. Uniforms a little wrinkled, shoelaces untied, imaginations running ahead of the clock. Ariel School sits on a patch of land between the suburbs and the wild. Classrooms, a dusty playground, a long field stretching toward the tree line. Beyond that, the bush, thick, tangled, alive. Inside, the teachers are in a staff meeting, packed into a room, doors closed. Outside, the older kids are unleashed. They spill out across the yard. Some crowd around the tuck shop, clutching coins for snacks. Others chase each other in the red dirt or lean against the fence, talking about nothing in particular. The air is bright and sharp. The insects hum. The sky is a hard, clear blue. For a while, it's just like any other morning at any other school. Then, a few of the children notice something in the sky. At first, it's just a shimmer near the horizon, a flash of silver where no plane should be. One girl squints, shading her eyes with her hand. Out there, beyond the school fence, something is moving low and fast, not up where the jets fly, leaving white trails behind them, but down, skimming above the trees. "Do you see that?" she asks. Another kid follows her gaze, then another, and another. The chatter starts to die down, replaced by pointing fingers and puzzled voices. Whatever it is, it's getting closer. Some kids say they see one object, others say they see several, darting and dancing over the tree line. Tiny, bright things, moving with a kind of playfulness that doesn't look mechanical at all. They don't roar, they don't thunder, they glide, and then one of them breaks away. It drifts toward a patch of scrubby land just beyond the playground. A place the kids know they're not supposed to go. Thick grass, bushes, and a scatter of rocks. The object descends. From a distance, it looks like a small silver disc, no bigger than a truck, hovering just above the ground. Light glints off its surface, harsh and sharp, like sunlight on water. The children gather at the edge of the field, a loose line of uniforms and wide eyes. Every instinct tells them this isn't normal. Every instinct tells them to look closer. For a moment, everything goes very quiet. Even the shouting on the playground fades. It feels like the world is holding its breath. Then the first child sees movement. Near the silver object, a figure steps out from the grass. It's small, no taller than a child, maybe a bit more. Thin body, long, spindly limbs. A head too large for its frame. It's dressed in something like a tight black suit that drinks in the light. No loose fabric, no seams. Just one smooth, dark shape. And then there are the eyes. Huge. Black. Shiny. Like polished stone. No whites. No visible pupils. Just deep, endless darkness. Another figure appears beside it. Now there are two of them standing at the edge of the bushes, looking toward the school, toward the children. Some kids feel an electric thrill of curiosity. Others feel something colder, something that makes them want to turn and run, but they don't run. Instead, a small group starts walking forward. They leave the safety of the playground. They cross the grass, shoes whispering through the weeds, hearts beating hard. They move toward the fence, toward the place where the ordinary world seems to stop. As they get closer, the air changes. It feels heavier, thicker, like the moment before a thunderstorm when the sky presses down and you can taste metal on your tongue. The beings stand very still. They don't wave. They don't raise their hands. They just watch. One girl, let's call her Leah, finds herself at the front of the group without meaning to be. She grips the fence, fingers tight on the wire. Across the short stretch of scrub, the nearer being is staring straight at her. The world narrows to those eyes, vast and dark, with no expression she can read. Then something happens that she will never have the right words for. It's not speech. There's no sound. But suddenly, images burst into her mind. Flashes of trees cut down, forests turned into barren fields, machines chewing up the earth, skies choked with smoke, oceans stained dark with oil. She feels fear, but it isn't hers alone. It's like the fear is coming from the being, running through her like an electric current. A thought rises in her head, urgent and clear, but not in any language she's used before. It's more like raw meaning. You are hurting your world. If you keep hurting it, something terrible will happen. Leah's chest tightens. She wants to look away, but can't. Beside her, another boy is shaking. He later says he felt the same thing. Visions of broken machines, of technology spinning out of control, of people staring at screens, while the world around them dies. Some kids feel panic, others feel sorrow. A few feel an odd calm, like they're standing in the presence of someone very, very old. For each child, the experience is slightly different, but the feeling is the same. They are being shown something, not with movies or pictures on a page, directly, mind to mind. If you're liking today's video, do me a favor, like and subscribe. It helps the channel, and it helps me bring you new encounters every week. All right, lanterns up, back to the trail. Then, as quickly as it began, it's over. The beings turn. They move back toward the silver object, steps smooth and floating, like they're barely touching the ground. The disc lifts, silent and effortless. No blast of air, no roar of engines. It rises above the trees and shoots into the sky, swallowed by the blue. For a moment, the children stand frozen. The playground looks exactly the same as it did 10 minutes ago. The swings still creak in the breeze, the dust still shines in the sun. But everything feels different. Then the spell breaks. Some kids scream. Some run back toward the buildings, faces pale. Others stand shaking, trying to decide if they just saw a miracle or had gone mad in the heat. When the teachers finally come out, meeting over, they find chaos. Children talking over each other, shouting, crying, pointing toward the field. Drawings are made. Stories spill out, messy and tangled. But as the day goes on, a strange pattern emerges. The details line up. The silver disc, the little beings in black, the huge dark eyes, the feeling of something pressing into their minds, warning them. Over and over, different kids describe the same thing in their own words. It's like a single story told in dozens of voices, with the same mysterious heart beating in the middle of all of them. Time moves on. The children grow up, 1 year at a time. Some leave Ruwa, some stay. They become teachers, artists, parents, mechanics, office workers, but the memory never quite fades. In quiet moments, when the world goes still, some of them find themselves back there, standing at the edge of the playground, staring across the brush at those impossible eyes. Years later, when they're asked about it, there's a strange look that comes over them. They remember the sun, they remember the dust, they remember the fear and the sadness and that weird, heavy feeling in their chests. Most of all, they remember the message: take care of your world. Your machines will turn on you. You are racing towards something you can't control. It's not a message kids in primary school usually invent. Some of them wish it had never happened. Others are grateful it did. A few still wake up in the middle of the night with the image of those eyes in the dark, watching them from the edge of the bed. That's tonight's trail. If you've got a sighting or a theory, drop it below. New encounters every week. This is Weird Watch. Truth? Hoax? You decide. Stay curious and keep your eyes on the edge of the dark.